You can cut out any of this, so you want?
Yeah.
You just be jamming like this. We're going all the way this year. All the way. Okay. Welcome to Matt and Zach's
Talking Balls.
Talking Balls podcast. This is our
Second official.
First
documented.
Right. If you missed our first podcast last year, it's because we didn't film it. We did it from a bar in Nashville, and we don't remember who we picked and what we thought about the season. So we hope you enjoy our podcast. Right, Matt?
I'm looking forward to it, Zach. I love talking football with you. You know so much.
Love talking balls. Both really big football experts. We just wanted to get our picks on camera this year, talk a little Bills football during the most exciting time of the Bills season. The preseason,
yeah,
September.
Preseason.
Yep, absolutely.
This has been a rough preseason though for the Bills.
Been a pretty bad preseason.
It's even hard to get excited about this preseason.
We've seen some bad preseasons. This is one of the worst.
I can't think of a worse one off the top of my head. No, it's been bad.
It's been a bad preseason. Bills tradition have kind of an exciting preseason, get us through September, October, then completely collapse. Yeah. This year, just like every other year, I do see us going all the way. I just don't know if we can make the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Super Bowl is definitely within grasp. Either that or 1 at 15, one or the other.
I think we're close. I think it's somewhere in between those two. What
was your? I've been wondering to ask you. Like, what was your biggest surprise of the preseason here? It's been a lot of surprises.
That's a good call, Matt. I don't know. Been a lot of surprises. The firing of Rex Ryan, that wasn't really a surprise. And then, of course, we trade away like some of our best players. That's always a big surprise, especially during the preseason. They always cease to surprise me, Matt. How about you?
Well, I just love what they did in the offseason. I loved picking up a couple of fullbacks. Mm-hmm. I mean, you need those weapons. The fullbacks everyone knows those are the most important players in football. O-line be damned. Quarterback's not that important, I don't think. Your weapons, your wide receivers, defense, all of it's kind of irrelevant if you don't have three good fullbacks, I think. And the other thing that caught my attention was I heard it announced that the quarterbacks will actually be, during the season, they'll be practicing against the other team's colors. So say they're playing the Atlanta Falcons, and the Falcons will be wearing black on that upcoming Sunday. Yeah. The quarterbacks will be going against a team that's wearing black to prepare for them for the new season. I mean, the coach has just come up with so many great ideas. That one took the cake though. That one brought me back. I was like, this convinces me that it is the year because it's the little things. It's the little things. It's the process. You got to trust the process, right?
You like to see that.
Yeah.
You like to see
the little things. It's the little things.
Well, that's good. Well, so we want our podcast, the annual podcast, and as in tradition, right, we would like to make our picks, not just talk Bills football, but talk some other teams that might have a tremendous amount of success this year. Yeah. Right?
I love breaking down the different divisions, where we think they're going to come, sleeper picks, all the good stuff. Anything but fantasy. I hate fucking fantasy.
Matt does not like fantasy.
No fantasy.
Doesn't like fantasy. So we'll try to keep this fantasy free and Bills free if we can.
Well, not all fantasy free though.
Okay, yeah. Fantasy football.
Let's
clarify, yep.
Yes. And we are talking balls.
Absolutely. We're talking balls today. So again, we're glad to have you as part of our second annual Talking Balls podcast.
No, AFC.
All right, well, jumping around, where do you want to start, Matt? How about because of the Bills being the AFC, we start in the NFC?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Let's start at the NFC East. Always an interesting division. I think there's been a different winner in that division for the last 15 years straight. Every year they just rotate around. All four have won it at some point in the last 15 years. We'll check the stats a little afterwards, but It's right around that.
I doubt that's a fact, but that's probably right, somewhat. So I think you're probably right.
So let's start with where you think. I mean, what's the order in the NFC East this year?
NFC East, tough division to call. Mm-hmm. Like you said, tough division every year. No gimmies there in the NFC East. I tell you, Matt, I like the Eagles to come out of the division at 9-7.
9-7.
9-7. Eagles win the division.
No ties this year.
No ties. I'm going to go on a ledge and say the Eagles don't have any ties this year.
Okay, that's cool.
And they win a tight division at 9-7.
I mean, Dallas went 16-0 last year though, So that's odd. I mean, I know they're losing that Ezekiel character, but I mean, they went 16-0 last year. You're picking against them, though.
Yeah. So,
what do you like about the Eagles? I guess is my biggest question.
Well, they've got a second-year quarterback, Matt, that's looking real good. Yeah. Added some offensive weapons, Alshon Jeffrey, Torrey Smith. Although I think he sucks, people are excited about him, and they got a tough schedule. Yep. But I like them.
They always do in the NFC East, though.
They always do. Every year.
That's what you hear every year. The NFC has the toughest schedule. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, you
blah,
do.
Blah,
that's exactly what you hear.
Blah blah blah.
I think your Cowboys at 16-0 maybe fall back about 8 games to 8-8.
8-8.
Steep fall, but I think they do it. Giants are a little bit overhyped.
Is Tony Romo still the guy in Dallas?
Yeah.
That is it. Zach Prescott. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a one-hit wonder kind of.
Yeah,
guy.
I wouldn't worry about him.
Yeah,
wouldn't worry about him at all. And so, yeah, Zach Prescott, I wouldn't worry about him. Nothing get caught up, and Tony Romo is still the man this year.
You're really never supposed to worry about any Zachs. I don't think any Zachs should ever take the football.
They're really not going to make a dent. Nope.
Everyone knows that.
They're going to fall back. Giants fall back. Redskins stay right about there. Maybe 8-8, 9-7.
I'm glad you brought up the Giants because we do have a long time supporter.
That's right, we do, Matt.
He claims to know a lot about it. Perhaps we can get him on the horn.
We're going to call him right now, our Giants expert. There for a Giants expert, Kevin. Kevin, it's Matt and Zach with our Talking Balls football podcast. How you doing?
Talking balls.
That's right.
Yeah, we're talking balls.
We told you about this, Kevin. Kevin, we told you we were going to call you. Do you remember?
Okay, I'm listening.
Do you remember, Kevin?
When was that? That was 15 minutes ago. You missed your window, bud.
Wow.
So,
your days mixed
Kevin,
up,
we wanted to ask you, we're going through the NFC East. We want to talk some Giants football.
Giants football. Talk about it.
What do we make of the Giants this year?
Super Bowl champs. I don't know. Maybe 500.
500 wins?
No, 500 record.
500 record and Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, it's a wild card thing. They really got to catch fire.
So, hey, Kevin, this is Matt with Talking Balls here.
Hey, man. What's this called again? Talking Balls?
Talking Balls here. I was just wondering.
Talking Balls or Talking Ball?
Is Eli Manning still the quarterback?
For now.
Ooh. Is there anyone waiting to wing that we need to know about? Does he have a brother maybe that could hopefully take them to the next level?
Yeah, his older brother, Peyton, can come back. They do have a great backup, getting groomed and training for, never playing. His name's Geno Smith. I think the predecessor to the man who butt fumbled.
Gotcha. So you're feeling 8-8 from the G-Men this year?
I could see a butt fumble coming up. They have no offensive line.
No offensive line.
That'll be a tough go for them.
Kevin, last thing we're going to ask you. Thanks for taking time. I know you're a busy guy during the week. A lot of dip, a lot of laying on the couch.
Where can I hear this broadcast? By the way, I want to hear how I sound on the radio.
It's been picked up by ESPN.com and and our own feeder network as well. The last thing I wanted, what's the Super Bowl looking like? Giants are obviously not going to make it. Forget the Giants are going to make it. What is your real Super Bowl prediction? The game and the winner.
Yeah, you're putting me on the spot. I'm going to have to do a little research on that one. Yeah. Let's go Patriots. Oh, yeah. I can't tell you. Giants are the winner.
Patriots, one-team Super Bowl. There you have it from Kevin Hathaway.
Well, I'm saying if the Giants and the Patriots play, we all know how that ends up all the time. So it might work, it might not work.
All right, Kevin, we appreciate you joining us this evening. One more question. Do you have pants on?
They're one piece.
It's a one piece. He's got a one piece on.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. This is Matt again with Talking Balls. Thanks for joining us, and you've helped us zero. So
we'll see you at Kaleidoscope this weekend, Kevin.
See you this weekend.
Hey, question for you fellas. If you guys are around and interested, I got my old man coming into town. We're going to grab some dinner on Friday night. Take this off the radio, please.
Yeah, Kevin, we're going to take that offline. We'll take that offline.
Yeah, take that offline. You guys are more than welcome to join. I think Mike might show up, and committee might come.
All right, hey Kevin, I just took you offline. Hey, sorry, I'm in Chicago this weekend, but I'll have Matt text you.
I'm in Chicago too, though.
Well, you're on Friday. If you'd like to come, Matt, you're more than welcome.
Oh, thanks for the invite, Kevin. Thanks for taking the time and telling us a little bit about Giants football today.
Yeah, have a great time on the Georgia game.
Had enough of him.
Okay, there you have it.
Yes.
Kevin,
I mean, what do you take from that? I mean,
not much.
no.
Not much.
I don't know what you call him. He's definitely not an insider. He's more of a, well, he is an insider. He's more of a couch potato, but.
Because of Kevin's prediction, I'm going to now predict that the Giants will win that division.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's one thing we can't take from that.
Yep.
Great.
Absolutely. Okay. All right, so we're in the NFC.
Well, it's your turn. I took the NFC North or NFC East, so why don't you go next?
Okay, why don't I ask you about the NFC North? First of all, Matt, go ahead and tell me who's in that division. Okay, ready? All right, so let's round it up to change divisions. Let's go to the NFC North. I'll pick this one. Matt, you can start us off by telling us who's in that division.
NFC, it's an easy one. Everyone knows that one. The Vikings, the Detroit Tigers, Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Tigers, Lions.
Yeah, got it.
Green Bay was the Green Bay, Wisconsin Badgers.
That's right.
Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Now that 3-team division this year. So who do you like in that division, Matt?
It's always a tough division. It's always one of the toughest divisions in sports. They always play a tough schedule. All that whole dog and pony. Matt Stafford coming off that great deal. Is he gonna be motivated? He's still incredibly. He's never won a playoff game though. How do you cash in on that much money and never win a playoff game?
Again, we'll check those facts, but good-looking guy, big arm, UGA grad.
I saw him at the Waffle House a couple of months ago.
Was he getting after it?
He was getting after it.
What time was that?
Beautiful wife.
Beautiful wife. Good stuff. There you go.
But you got the Vikings, the Lions.
You're like the late night Adam Schefter.
Yeah. That's what I do. The Vikings, the Lions, and the Packers. Gotta like the Pack. I mean, it's hard to root against them. They had a tough loss last year. I was at that game against the Falcons when the Falcons absolutely humiliated them and just kind of blew them off the field the last game of the Georgia Dome. Pretty exciting stuff. But how did they recover from that? I mean, that Aaron Rodgers, he's proven that he's not very. He struggles sometimes to come back from the adversity that maybe his predecessor Brett Favre used to be able to do. But I don't think Rodgers has proved that at this point. Do you agree with that?
No, I agree. Can't disagree with anything you said there. Like the Packers to win that division. Not much competition.
No, not at all. The Vikings, do they just do the option offense?
Yeah, they run the option.
They run the option, and is Warren Moon's not still quarterback?
Not Warren Moon.
Bridgewater?
It's Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater. He's back. That's good. And then Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, he's always good.
Always good to have a good running back. Tough division. Tough division, probably in the NFL, I would think.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a tough one.
We've actually got a special guest today.
Okay.
And the actual owner of the Green Bay Packers.
You want a beer?
Yeah, give me a beer. The actual owner of the Green Bay Packers. He's going to be joining us live here in just a moment. Again, we'll be taking your calls at 888-249-7785, and we'd love to hear from you guys in the stratosphere. But for now, we're gonna take it over to Ryan Little.
Hello.
Hey Ryan, you're live with Matt and Zach on Talking Balls here, talking the upcoming football season. How you been?
Great. How about yourself?
Very good, very good. It's exciting to have one of the actual owner of the Green Bay Packers on with us, and I know you're probably gonna be a little bit biased, but we couldn't wait to hear about kind of what you're expecting for the upcoming season.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm a little disappointed it took this long to get me on the show, but no, thanks for having me. I'd be shocked if they lost the game this year.
Wow, very optimistic.
No bias involved in that whatsoever. Zero bias.
Yeah, I mean, have you, as the city, as an owner, have you recovered from that embarrassing loss though in Atlanta last winter?
No, I don't think I have.
I mean, that was an absolute ass kicking. We can agree with that.
Use it as motivation, to really work hard in the summer.
Yeah. Ryan, Zach Vitry, Talking Balls. How you doing?
Great. How about yourself?
Doing great, thanks. So, Packers obviously been good for the last 10 years. You got Aaron Rodgers, won the division almost every year. So here's my question. Did you experiment in college?
Say that again?
Did you experiment in college?
Of course.
Okay, I told you. All right, Matt owes me $20. Is that anything else?
As I guess my question again, talking to the owner of the Green Bay Packers, what's exciting? I mean, over the years you've experienced a lot. What are some of the highs and the lows of being the Packers owner, and what do you foresee in the future of being a high and low, being a Packer owner? I mean, and I also want to ask the follow up question of that is the Brett Favre Aaron Rodgers saga. I mean, do you feel like that was handled the best way it could have been?
I wasn't a big fan of it until the dick pic came out, and then I think he went out the right way and kind of gave Aaron something to shoot for throughout his career. In terms of highs and lows, I'd probably not to use the same answer, but the dick pic was definitely one of the highs. Lows. There really haven't been many. Like you said, that loss last year stung a little bit. I can't remember the guy's name who they had to cut because he was consuming the purple drink a little too often. Got pulled over a couple times. Put that in the high category. No pun intended. Yeah, I'm obviously a very dedicated owner / fan because I have a lot of things on my mind, lots of highs and lows for you. That's all I got.
That's great, Ryan. Thanks again for joining us. It's been a real honor talking to the owner of the Packers, and I know Zach appreciates it as much as I do. But thanks for your insight, and best of luck this upcoming season. I hope you lose again to Atlanta in the NFC Championship game.
You know what? I really appreciate it, guys. It was fun to be a part of. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Matt. So your turn. Go ahead.
That was great. I just want to take that talking to Ryan Little. I mean, a lot of good insight there from the Packer owner. Let's go a little further out west and figure out what's going on in the NFC West.
NFC West. All right. Cool. Hey, great segue. Hey, I've got to. This is great, but I've actually got a fantasy football draft. I've got to do. So if you're good with me, just maybe doing this, we could. We'll just keep going. We'll be fine.
Cut it, please. Cut it.
Matt, hey, come on. Did we see we're gonna do this? No. I could get Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Give me the computer. Just give me. It's fine. It's come on. Give me the computer. Come on. Sorry. Just here. Okay. All right. The NFC West. Hang on, just 1 second. Okay, what were we talking about?
Not fantasy football. This is talking balls.
Talking balls. Talking NFC.
Talking balls. NFC West.
So we're going out west.
NFC West.
All right. So,
Zach, can you name the 4 teams in the NFC West?
Sure can, Matt. So glad you asked. In order of how they'll finish the division, actually.
Let's do that.
We'll go Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners, Rams. Okay, 4 teams. They're not.
Doesn't Vegas have a team?
Vegas does have a team in the AFC.
Oh,
True. Yeah, absolutely. Can't get anything by you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the NFC West?
The NFC West. The NFC West is always one of the toughest divisions to call in football.
No, that's good.
They always have the hardest schedule for sure.
That's great.
But it's hard to pick against the Cardinals. They've got that vaunted offense.
Great point.
Great defense.
That's good.
I like the Cardinals, and no, I don't like any other teams out of the West. I don't think any of them will go more than maybe 500. No playoff team out of the West besides Arizona, which wins the division.
That's really good. I disagree. I think Odell Beckham Jr. The Cardinals. I think the Cardinals finish first.
That's what I said.
And the Seahawks grab a wild card.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I changed my opinion. Yeah.
You think that too?
No, actually. Forget about the Seahawks. Actually, I like the Seahawks finishing number 1 in the division.
You do?
Yeah.
You forgot about the team that I just named that was in the division.
I like the Seahawks finishing first. Cardinals aren't going to make the playoffs. I think that they aren't that good.
Wow. Big surprise. Put the big graphic up. Big surprise. Bold move.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And then the Rams, they're not really a factor anymore. And the Niners,
That's great, yeah.
Colin Kaepernick at the helm, it's hard to predict, but you can predict a lot of trouble in San Francisco for sure.
Good, Matt. That's great. All right.
You good now?
Yeah, that's great. Good.
All right, so talking NFC South.
NFC South.
NFC South, tough division. Every game is a battle. Probably one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. I'll kind of give you my order real quick. What I'm predicting, I'm going to see. It's going to be tight. I'm going to see Atlanta still is going to finish on top. I think it'll drop down a little bit. It might be 10-6, 11-5, and then I think Tampa's going to close the gap this year. I think I watched that Hard Knockers show, and they really sell me. That never happens to me. That happens to me all the time, but I really believe they're on the up and up. That Winston guy seems like a good guy, and Carolina I think will challenge, but ultimately they won't do anything. And New Orleans will be the same old New Orleans. Put up a ton of points, give up a ton of points.
Yeah, great thoughts, Matt. From the part that I really listened to, I don't know if I agree with you. I think the Falcons will be good again. I think they actually come in at a wild card. They claim a wild card. Okay, mark that down. I think they do. I think the Panthers come back and win the division at 11-5. Falcons come in 10-6 for a wild card spot. Bucks are overhyped. I think they're close, but Winston's too accident prone, and he likes to also sexually abuse women, which is concerning.
And still grabs. He's never been able to shake that stuff.
Correct. So there you go. Very good.
And the Saints.
Yeah, they're not going to be good.
They're not going to be good.
Not going to be good.
Talking AFC time.
Talking AFC. Big time.
Favorite conference for sure.
This is important.
Real important stuff. Good football be played in the American Football Conference, as they call it.
Yeah.
Let's start AFC North. Start up there. First off, what's kind of the order you're thinking here? What are the storylines heading into the season?
Remind me so if I'm going to put an order, remind me the teams in the AFC North.
Yeah, sure. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers. You got the Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals.
That's right. Yep. All three of those are in that division. And in fact, you're so good, I think that you got them in order how they're going to finish.
I mean, in fairness, come on. Cleveland.
Doesn't count.
Browns.
Oh, you dog.
I
You
got
dog.
you.
That was a good one.
I know that division. Actually, yeah, I think it's pretty accurate. I don't think we have to touch too much. Steelers, still the team to beat for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think of what's going on in Baltimore? A lot of uprising going on there. Flacco out. Is Joe Flacco elite? All the questions are really coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Lewis, statue still stands. I don't think they'll win a Super Bowl as long as that statue is erected. Can mark my words on that one.
A lot of talks about the mascot, the Raven, being racist.
Yep. Yeah. Sounds about right in Baltimore. And what was the other team?
The Browns.
The Browns, yeah. And the Bengals. Oh, the Bengals. I always forget about the Bengals too. They somehow make the playoffs. Yeah. That's just a lot of criminals in that whole division. If you think about it, from top to bottom, just a lot of criminals.
Yeah, criminal filled.
I mean, at the stats I've seen, I want to say it's 246 of the members of the NFC North the AFC North have been arrested at some point, which is 90% of all NFL players arrested. Yeah, since 2009.
I hadn't seen that stat.
Yeah.
Well, all right, so that's good. Good stuff out of you. You're a fact machine over here.
Yeah.
And, let's change over. Let's go to our favorite division, the AFC East.
AFC East, toughest division of sports, I believe.
Yes.
A lot of good battles going on every week. You got to come to play.
Yeah.
How do you, you want to pick with the heart. You do. Is this the year you pick them over the Pats? I don't know. I mean, it's hard. It's neck and neck. Franchises are both in the same trajectory.
I agree.
It's hard.
Yep. I'd say neck and neck. I'd say slightly better chance for the Pats to go 16-0 than the Bills to actually win the division.
Yeah, I'd have to agree
Close.
with you on that one.
Very
It's
close.
very close.
Very
to that
close.
stat. I'd even take it one step further. It's more likely that the Pats will get 16-0 than the Bills will have 5 wins.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
between those two things happening, there's a lot to get excited about as a Bills fan.
Pretty exciting
Yeah,
season. So
really
there you
good.
go. So we got
There's
Pats.
really, the other two teams don't exist.
no, it doesn't matter.
That Miami
You got
team.
You got New York's junior varsity team and a football team based out of Miami, which nobody really cares about.
No, no one does.
Squish the fish. Okay, so there you go. So prediction: New England, Miami, Bills, Jets.
Same.
Got it.
Got it.
Go.
All right, moving on. So
Okay, there you go. This is great.
Let's move on to the AFC South.
Okay, AFC South.
Yeah, so you got in that division, definitely one of the toughest divisions in the game. A lot of rivalry there, a lot of history with that division as well, with Jacksonville and Tennessee. Who you like coming out of the division?
Very, very historic teams.
Right.
Yeah, and I agree about the division being one of the toughest. It's definitely 8th toughest.
Yeah.
In the NFL probably.
Yeah. One of the top 8.
Got Texans coming out of there. D's a little healthier this year. Got some hope at quarterback, though not much. They're going to be pissed off about that hurricane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got to be pissed about that one. And easy division. I mean, tough division. But
Yeah, toughest division, but an easy one to pick.
but completely easy also.
Right.
And then so I think I think that the Texans come out of it. I think I'm gonna go bold. I'm gonna go Jaguars to finish second in the division, and then who gives a fuck after that? Everybody's up on the Titans, but I'm not in on that.
Wow. And this is coming from someone that's spent some time with a couple Titans players in the back rooms of Nashville.
Absolutely, very familiar with some of the bigger, blacker men on the Tennessee Titans team. Absolutely,
Yeah, that was a fun weekend.
That was fun. A lot of memories.
Well, to contrast your point, I'm going to go Houston, Tennessee. I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid, and then I'm going to go that other team you named, Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the fourth team?
Colts.
Colts. Man, how fast that franchise fell, right?
Yeah.
I mean, from the Peyton Manning days
Absolutely.
to today, it's been night and day. It's been tough to watch as a actually, it hasn't been that tough to watch. I don't really like them. But
Yeah, I agree.
it's been
You could imagine what it'd be like if you were from
yeah.
Indianapolis.
I feel bad for those people. For one, they're from Indianapolis. 2, they have to watch the Colts. So, but yeah, they'll finish 4th this year.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're in agreement there. So moving on to the West.
Now, I will say toughest division in football.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Toughest schedule, team to team.
Yeah, sure. So, tough division, tough to call.
Mm-hmm.
I do ultimately like the Raiders to come out of the division. Broncos is a wild card. Chiefs are going to fall off. First year they haven't made the playoffs, if I'm going off your stats, in 27 years.
Yep.
And
Checks out.
and the Chargers, still good. Still get to 7 wins, but they're not going to in that division. They're not going to be looking up.
I haven't followed up with that much of them. Are they in Vegas this year? Are they not in Vegas this year?
Yeah, so the Chargers will never be in Vegas. They're only going to go up to Los Angeles. Maybe you know something we don't, but as of right now, they're just planning to go to Los Angeles. They're playing at some soccer stadium in San Diego.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm getting my sports confused. That other sport, hockey. The hockey has the new team up there in Las Vegas.
As always, we respect your facts.
Yeah. So, but it'll be fun. I mean, once the NFL does decide that they want to go to Las Vegas, the San Diego Chargers probably will go there. Did you see the turnout for that LA game? It's a bit of a joke. Yeah. Only about 150 people showed up for it. Kind of an embarrassment to the city of Los Angeles. So one of those teams will definitely end up in Vegas in the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, Matt. Sounds good.
Yeah. So, well, I think we've broken down all the divisions, and we've agreed on a lot, disagreed on a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I guess kind of let's look at the playoff picture and maybe a couple sleeper teams that maybe no one else is thinking, and then at the very end maybe we'll even give a fantasy your favorite fantasy player for the year. But let's start with the playoffs. Who are the 6 teams that come out of each conference going into the playoffs come January?
Great question. NFC, we've got the Eagles, we've got the Packers, we've got the Falcons, we've got Carolina, we've got the Cardinals, and we've got the Seahawks. Okay, what are your NFC picks?
I'm going to replace the Carolina Panthers with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Okay.
I'm big on the Bucks.
You're staying with that pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm staying with that.
No, you'd copy all that.
Yeah. No.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
So I'm liking the Falcons out of the South, Bucks wild card. I'm going to still go Dallas out of the East with Philly coming out as a wild card, Seattle coming out of the West, and who's the other conference? Who's the other one?
Yep.
NFC North. Oh, the NFC North, Packers.
There you
Can't
go.
against Packers.
Can't go against them.
Those the 6. NFC champ is going to be the Green Bay Packers, as much as I hate to admit it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Taking the Packers.
I think the Falcons lose in the division this year. I think
Okay.
they flew a little too close to the sun last year. Still like them, but wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a letdown this year, unfortunately. So the AFC for you, what do you see?
AFC. Got the Bills winning 4 games. Got the Patriots winning the AFC East. We've got the Steelers winning the NFC North. Those two, by the way, meet in the conference championship.
That's weird. Have they ever met in the conference championship?
Yeah, you ever seen that one before?
Actually, they've met 6 times in the previous 10 years, I believe, and this will be their 35th overall meeting in the AFC championship game.
Wow, that's
Since 1990.
huh. That's great, Matt. So I guess moving on, we've got those two, and then we've got I do like the AFC West. Oh, hang on just a second. I've got a fantasy pick too. Shit. Oh, hey, okay. All right, got it. Hey,
Good. Yeah, that's good. Well,
So-
you got a good player there.
Yeah. All right. Patriots, Steelers. We're gonna have the Raiders win one of the divisions there, and then we're gonna have in the AFC South. We're gonna have the Texans win it. Our wild card teams are gonna be the Dolphins, squish the fish, and it's also gonna be the Broncos. It's gonna be Dolphins and Broncos. And that's all I have to say about that. What are your thoughts on the AFC?
In the AFC, it's I got the Bills competing a bit, but coming up a little short this year. I just don't think it's in the cards. And they get 3 wins this year. Push the Patriots to the brink, but this just isn't their year. So the Pats coming out of the East. Hard to go against. Got to go Oakland out west. The South. The South's tough, man. Like we said, they're one of the toughest divisions. A lot of history, a lot of character down there. But I'm gonna go Houston and the Titans coming out as a wild card.
Wow. Okay.
And then the NFC North, got to go Pittsburgh. Hard to bet against them. And then Baltimore. I think Baltimore, they're always there. They're just always there. It's gonna be a toss up between them and Cincinnati, but it's always gonna be a toss up in that rugged up the NFC North or AFC North.
Yeah.
So coming out, it's gonna be the Steelers, Patriots. Like again, a matchup everyone dreams about for the AFC Championship. I wish it happened. And it doesn't happen often, so it'll be a dream come true when it does. With the Pats coming out of the East and the Pats coming out of the AFC. So Pats, New England Patriots, Green Bay Packers, and the Super Bowl, which has never been happened before. But a lot of people have been clamoring for that for a long time, and that's where what the difference though in the NFC or the NFL and the bowl series in the college, people could clamor for that matchup and get it in college, but in the pros they have to win the games. So it'll be good to finally see those two teams meet in the Super Bowl. I think a lot of people will be happy to see that happen.
Absolutely.
And I think the Pats win it.
Pats win it.
Pats win it. Pats over Green Bay. That's my take.
Okay. All right. Very good. I like the Pats over the Cardinals. I like the Pats over the Cardinals in the NFC for me.
Right.
And so that's all I got to say about that.
That's exciting stuff, Zach. Real quick before we cut away, and again, we're still taking your calls, 888-642-9795. Come talk to Zach and Matt with Talking Balls. Fantasy, let's give us a quick rundown on who you think is going to be a kind of a sleeper pick this year that not many people know.
So glad you picked. Yes, a sleeper pick this year. Man,
Like Mike Gillespie and the New England Patriots. One of my rules in fantasy: never trust a Patriots running back. Having said that, I really like Mike Gillespie. You heard it here first. Fantasy.
It's cool, Zach. I don't care one bit. I'm glad. I hope it works out for you. But I don't want to hear about it anymore for the rest of the year. And I think we've always had that rapport where not talk fantasy around me.
Absolutely.
So this year no different. Mm-hmm. If you do ever again, I'm just going to rip your ears off and stuff them down your throat.
That's great. All right, thanks. Well, this has been a good podcast, I'd say. And I've got to get on my fantasy football draft.
No, it's great. Yeah, no, I know you've been very distracted.
So, let's have a beer and you can watch me draft my fantasy team.
Sweet, man. I can't wait. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for coming out.
We'll do maybe a mid-year report. That's kind of on the agenda. Maybe bring in some special guests as well.
Absolutely.
And break down how our teams are doing, how our picks are doing. So
to see that. Yeah.
Exciting stuff. Zach, always a pleasure. Go Bills.
Yeah, go Bills. Go Bills. Go Bills!